Good afternoon, everyone. This is YC from YC Cooks and Bakes. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Today, I'm wore out. I'm just going to be making spaghetti for supper and a simple wacky mocha cake for dessert. That's it. Nothing fancy smancy, no salads or nothing like that. It's been a long weekend, a lot to do, a lot of catch up on. We're trying to get the pool ready. I've had tons of laundry, and these past few days my iron has been really low, so it's all I can do, a big struggle to get my energy. So I thought I would take you along to make this mocha cake. And it's really simple because I don't have a lot of ingredients left in the house. Even though I don't go shopping until Friday, several days away, I have to try to make what I have in the house work. So that's what I'm going to do. So I am going to bring you down so you can see what I put in the bowl. Okay, I have the glass bowl out here. And the first thing we're going to put is 2¼ cups of all-purpose flour. And the next thing we're going to put is 1½ cups of sugar. And then we're going to put in, I have a little bit of cocoa left. It's like 1.5 tablespoons. And I'm going to be putting coffee in this recipe. So I'm just going to put whatever cocoa I have left in this container. And that will help make it, mocha with the coffee. And this will go on the grocery list. Okay. And the next thing that I want to put is 1½ teaspoons of baking soda and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Like so. Okay, and I am going to incorporate all these gently without trying to fly it across the bowl. You know me and flour. Okay, that's good. We're just trying to make sure that they're all mixed up pretty good. And I will make like a little bit of a well. You can actually make a well for each one of these liquid ingredients in your 9x13 pan that you're going to bake the cake in. But I just figured it'd be easier to mix it in a bowl and then transfer it. Okay, so what I have here is 1½ tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Okay, and 9 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And I know that's a strange measurement, but if you're just making like an 8x8 for just 1 or 2 people, it does make a difference. I am trying to make cake for, a big family. So, and then the last one is 1½ cups of water. But remember, I decided to put coffee. And I have some brewed fresh coffee right here. And we're going to blend all this together. And just so you know, because I know this from making it the last couple times, this does tend to look watery. Just so you know, don't let it freak you out. This kind of it's wacky cake. And it's wacky because with all intents and purposes, it shouldn't work, right? There's no baking powder, there's no eggs, there's no butter. Like, why is it working, right? But it does. And guess what? I'm very happy that it does. Because then my family can have a nice dessert on a budget. And I can put lots of beautiful flavors in it, like coffee and cocoa, which make a nice mocha flavor. You can put vanilla, you can use chocolate, or whatever you like. has all kinds of extracts out there. Okay, I think that I'm gonna get my, I don't know if I need my whisk or not. I'll decide. But anyway, that's all we do. And I'm gonna pour it into a sprayed 9x13 Pyrex. And then I do have my oven preheating right now to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's see, it goes in there for about 30 to 40 minutes. You just kind of have to keep an eye on it. So I think I'll get my whisk to make sure that all the flour is blended properly. Okay, so while I went and got the whisk, my oven did go off saying that it was ready, and it is 350 degrees. I'm going to lift you up so you can see the color of it. You can clearly see that it is a coffee kind of mocha color. And I am going to put this in the oven now. And for those of you who are new here, please comment, like, and subscribe, because I put all my recipes in the description so that you'll be able to try this at your home. And this is great on a budget if you're trying to make ends meet in this day and age. Okay, I went ahead and took care of the dishes while the cake is in the oven right now. And this is a good time for you to work on your frosting or your icing, whatever you're going to put on top of your cake. And you can go through several recipes and try to find one that will work with what you have in the house. I'm going to use one that has oil instead of shortening or grease because the butter we have in the house we want for other things, and you know, I have a lot of week left. So we'll go ahead and start off with a 1/3 cup of oil. That was my dog ran into the kitchen. Okay, and instead of using like milk and vanilla and all that, I'm going to keep along with the coffee theme. So I'm going to put in some coffee. Okay, and that is also a 1/3 cup. And then I'm going to put in a 1.5 cups of icing sugar. And I may have to make adjustments to this. I don't know. I'm kind of like winging it on a prayer right now, is basically what I'm doing. And I may have to chill it because they say that when you use oil, it never really does get thick like a heavy frosting or anything. So it is what it is. If this doesn't work, I'll make a roux, which is, you know, with oil and flour, and then do it on the top of the stove with some coffee, which is what I may have to end up doing. So I'll see if I can whisk this together. And see what I can come up with. I see my dog wants to go. I will go let her out and I'll see what I can do with this. Okay, I've been trying to work with this mocha icing, but I had ended up putting it on the stove because it wasn't working right. I knew it went because usually you have to have some kind of cold butter or shortening or some kind of grease, you know, not thin like an oil, but it said, there was a few recipes said it could be done. So you know, I like a challenge. Anyway, I added a little bit of flour and I brought it to a boil and everything, and now I have it sitting in the fridge, so we're going to see what happens. But I will definitely have this mocha cake recipe in the description for you, and then, you know, you can top it with your favorite icing or go to a website where, you know, you see one that you could use with the ingredients that you have in your home. That has always been my downfall, is the frosting and icing. That's why sometimes you see me buy it. I'm not the best at making icing and frosting. You ever see that show where they'll have like 3 cooks and they're trying to win, and they'll give them the strangest ingredients and tell them to go make something, you know. That's what I felt like. I felt like I had the weirdest ingredients and I was told to go make something, and I'm thinking, okay, how's that gonna work, you know? But anyway, I'm trying. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my pasta. I already have the water, the fresh water that I need for my noodles, and I'm gonna go ahead and start to get started on my sauce. Okay, I went ahead and took the cake out of the oven because it looks done. So, and enough time has gone by where, you know, it was quite possible for it to already bake. So it did turn out. I'm just letting it cool now, and I'll show you what it looks like. See? So it turned out beautiful. And so basically I'm just letting it cool now. Okay. Okay, for our economical spaghetti tonight, we're just going to use one loop. Usually if I like beef, but if I use loop sausage, I usually use two. But what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to use one. And I already have it cut up. So we're going to use this amount of meat. And then I'm going to put some, you know, of course, minced garlic and some chopped onion, and you know, add some Italian spices and all that to the sauce. And then just a hint of sugar, because you know it brings out that tomato flavor in red sauces. And I'm heating up the water for the pasta, and that's what I'm doing. So I checked the icing in the fridge, and it's thickening up to a certain degree. It actually is. But I want you to leave a note in the comments below. When you make a pasta meal like spaghetti with a red sauce, do you just stir the sauce into the pasta and just stir it all up? Or do you plate the pasta and lay a little bit of sauce on top of the pasta? You know, just let me know. Do you mix your sauce in ahead of time before serving? Or do you serve pasta and then ladle sauce on top? I would like to know that. Please leave it in the comments which way you serve your pasta. Okay, it's supper time. I have spaghetti, and we put our sauce on top, not mixed in. And here is my mocha cake. And I'm going to call this my mocha glaze frosting. I'm going to call it a glaze. I'll tell you what I did too, so in case you want to do it. And then I like just a little bit of the fine Parmesan on top. So see, that's my spaghetti, and there's my piece of cake. Have a great night.